Hi friends, welcome to Srisai online training. In this video of core Java programming, we are going to discuss the following topic: final classes in Java program or final class in Java program. So first of all, we'll understand what is this final class and how this final class will be used in Java programming. Right. So coming to definition of final class. Right. So first of all, what is class? So class is a collection of data members. So data members means variables or properties and methods. So methods means functions. Okay. So class is a collection of data members, variables or properties and methods. Methods means functions. Okay. Right. So basically we define a class like this. So let us say that class A. Okay. So assume that in this class we have int x comma y and display method. Right. So how to use this class? Okay. So to use this class we have to create the object. Okay. And access the class members. Okay. So how to use class members? So class members means data members plus methods. So how to use a class? So first case is using object. So using object we can use a class. Example, a obj is equals to new a, and then we have to say obj dot x is equals to 10, obj dot y is equals to 20, obj dot display, which will mainly display the values of x and y. So using the object of a class, we can access the class members. Object dot data members, object dot methods. Right. So we have one more way of using a class. Okay. Right. So the second way, using a class members. Okay. So it is done with inheritance. So it is done with inheritance. For example, now let us say that you have a class A xy display method. So we'll take class B extends A. Okay. So class B extends A. Now let us say that here you have P comma Q. Okay. Int P comma Q. And let us say that here you have show method. Right. So from base class, all these are inherited to subclass. Okay. So in subclass you will have x, y and display method. Okay. Then finally, how to use class A members. Okay. So finally, create object of subclass and access base class members. Okay. So this is another way of using class members using inheritance process. So example goes like this. So let us say that b obj2 is equals to new b. Okay. And using obj2 we can access here x, we can access y, we can access display method. Okay. And using obj2 we can also access its own class members. So what are the own class members? P, Q and show method. So this is how mainly we access the class members. First, using the object.data members, object.methods. Okay, so let us take this as obj1. And second way of using the class members is subclass with extends keyword, and create the object of subclass and access base class members and subclass members. So now let us try to understand what is final class. Okay, so what is final class? Okay, so a class whose definition is fixed. A class whose definition is fixed, okay, is called as final class. So example goes like this. So let us take the same example here. Okay, right. So this is the same example, class A, XY display method. So I'll make this class as final class. So when you make class A as final class, its definition is fixed. Okay, so what do you mean by fixed definition? Okay, so fixed definition means it cannot be inherited. Okay, it cannot be inherited. So that is no subclass for our class A. Okay, no subclass for class A. So this is final class. So example, if you do it like this, class B extends A, then we'll get a error. So final class cannot be inherited, no subclass for class A. So these are like fixed definition classes. Okay, so these are like fixed definition classes, no subclasses for final classes. Okay, right. So there are some predefined classes which are final classes. So some Java predefined classes which are final classes. Okay, examples goes like this. So string is a final class, system is a final class, all wrapper classes are final classes. Okay, so how to verify? The command goes like this: java p hyphen p java dot lang dot string. Okay, right. So let us use this in our command prompt and verify whether it is a final class or not. So java p hyphen p commands gives description of a class. Okay, right. If you see here, go to the top and then verify whether it is a final class or not. Right. So if you see the definition of this java p hyphen p, it is a public final class. Okay, so similarly check for system class. So even system class is also a final class. Okay, so system dot out dot println, which is used to print something on the output screen, even this is a final class. So let us take some wrapper classes. Okay, so java p hyphen p java dot lang dot integer. So integer class is also a final class. So final class means its definition is fixed, we cannot make a subclass. So like this, all wrapper classes. For example, if you take something like double class, okay, So wrapper classes are those classes. For every primitive data type, there is a class in Java. Okay, right. So double is a class. Okay, even this is also a final class. Okay, so all wrapper classes are final classes. So Java P hyphen P gives description of a class. Okay, so Java P command provides description of a class, predefined class or user defined class. Okay, right. So similarly, the next command goes like this: Java P hyphen P java.lang.system. Next, java.lang.integer, java.lang.double, boolean, character, etc. Okay, so all these are wrapper classes. Right. Now let us try to make a small program to define a final class in our program. Okay, so program name is final class example1.java. So program to define a final class and use it in main method. Okay, right. So the example goes like this for final class. So take a new page. First put comments. Comments provide description of a program. So let's take the same example here. Okay, so final class A. Okay, and then followed by its subclass. So subclass is class B extends A. Right, fine. So let us check the error also here first initially. Right, and let us take the main class final class example 1. So program execution starts with main method public static void main string of args. Okay, right. So let us save this program. Final class example1 dot java. So save it in your working directory. Okay, so give the file extension as .java. So final class example1 .java. Right. So let us make this as void display in final class A, and let us display here message final class A, and we will display x value and y value here. Okay, right. So x value plus x, and then y value plus y. Okay, right. So similarly we'll also do this in the subclass B, but actually it is not a subclass. We'll get the error. So void show. So final class B. Okay, it's not a class B here. It is simply class B. P value, Q value plus P plus Q. Right, now let us try to compile this. Okay, we should get the error for class B extends A. Right, so compile, go to your working directory in the command prompt where you have saved the program Java C final class example 1. Right, we should get the error. Okay, so we are getting the error here expected in line 8 and 18. Okay, so here we have the compilation error or syntax error. Put semicolon for println method, and then once again recompile it. So we got an error here, class B extends A cannot inherit from final class A. So class A is a final class which means that its definition is fixed. So we cannot inherit a final class. Okay, right. So there is no subclass for final class. So then how to make class B? It's very simple. Here we have to say only class B, no extends A. Then how to use the final class? Same like how you create an object of a normal class and use it. Okay, right. So for this we'll use this object obj1. Okay, so create the final class object. Okay, obj1 access xy display method. So come to the command prompt. Now recompile, no error. Okay, and then run. So we have to run the main class Java final class example 1. So final class A, x value 10, y value 20. Right. Then how to use class B? So using class B is also same. Okay. So just create the object of class B. Okay. So let us create an object of class B. B obj2 new B, and then obj2.p, let us take it as 100. obj2.q, let us take it as 200. obj2.show method. So it will display 100 and 200 from object B. So now here class B is a separate class. So it is a separate class. It is not related to class A. So class A is separate, class B is separate, and that is the reason why we are creating two separate objects. Otherwise, if class B is a subclass of class A, then only subclass object is required. No need of base class object. But here we require two separate objects. obj1 for final class A, obj2 for class B, which is not related to class A. Right. So now recompile this and run. So final class A, x value 10, y value 20. Class B, which is not related to A, p value 100, q value 200. Okay, right. So finally we can say one small note point here. So here class B is not related to final class A. Okay, hence we have created two separate objects. So what are the two separate objects we have created? First one obj1, second one obj2, and accessed, okay, its members. Members means data members and methods separately. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to work with final class. Okay, so final class is a class whose definition is fixed, which cannot be modified in the subclass. So no subclass for final class. So it is a fixed definition class. So inheritance is not possible for final class. Thank you for watching this video. Do like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel Sri Sai IT Hub. Have a nice day.